Has been brought to you by the following sponsors: Marshall Walmart Supercenter, Arth's Body Shop, The Wood Shop, and a big thanks to Time Warner Cable, and viewers like you.
Hello there and welcome to another outstanding episode of OWLTV. For the second time this year, I'm Matt Mabry.
And I'm Caitlin Chevalier. Matt, let's get right down to it. Our first story this week comes to us from Ricky and Max. They went to talk to Old Wally George about the new gun policy here in Marshall.
Let's take a look.
On August 28th, here in the state of Missouri, a new gun law was passed. Max and I got the scoop from two respectable members of the community, Sheriff Wally George and Mr. Sean Cott.
Pick out the firearm that you wanted, or someplace if you wanted even to order it, through the mail, you have to go to a firearms dealer. But before that gun, that handgun could be delivered to you personally, you had to have this permit from the sheriff, signed by the sheriff, stating that you have had a background check run on you, and that you were authorized, and it was signed by me to purchase that permit. To purchase that firearm. That permit was carried from the sheriff's office to the gun dealer in Saline County, and then each permit had a significant number on it, individual numbers. The gun dealer would have to use that number to comply with his federal firearm license information.
I think the law, in my opinion, is as far as the sales go and the happen to go get the pistol permit. I think it's going to be very good for sales for us. For one, it was somewhat of a hassle, especially if the customer was out of town coming through, or if they had a 30 or 40 minute drive. They would have to come in, do the paperwork, then go back to the sheriff's department, and depending on what county they were in, they would have to wait anywhere from 3 to 7 days. And in my opinion, only the honest people were doing that. The guys that wanted to buy them illegally, not buying them from a dealer, they weren't doing that. So I think, yes, for the honest people, it's going to increase sales because it's just less hassle.
Now that we know the opinions of two respectable community members, it's up to you to decide what you think is right or what is wrong. This is Max and Ricky signing off.
Well, Caitlin, it's good to hear our trusty sheriff is keeping things in line here in our lovely town.
Indeed it is. Well, football season just started up.
Hey, that's right. I hear DP and Jeremy went to have a look at the team and how they're starting off their season.
Enjoy.
This is the beginning of the school year. You know what that means? Football season begins. They're kicking off right with high expectations. We talked to some football members and hear what they had to say.
Like to hit people.
When I went to school at Blackwater, they didn't have a football team, so I always wanted to play football, so I just started freshman year, I guess.
Offensive tackle and defensive tackle.
I've been playing since freshman year.
Same. Well, ever since I was like 5 years old, my dad had my cousins hit me over and over again until I started crying. I got mad. I decided to hit them back, and then I found out it was kind of fun. So now I just want to kill people and play. Yes.
4 years. I don't know, man. I just like to play football. I just like to smash people. Yeah, I like to get buff for the ladies, Not getting hit by Kyle Ferrelli as much. Platte County.
Platte County.
Yeah, Platte County. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm the best, but I'm pretty good at getting through the line, Pretty good at hitting the quarterback.
Wow, I'm looking forward to a great season so far. We're 2-0 so far. Well, good luck for Plate County. DP, J. Russ, and Scott. Back to Matt and Julian in the studio.
Well, this looks like some big fun, and we wish them the best for this season.
Indeed we do. Good luck, guys.
Well, here in Missouri, it's an exciting time for the farmers.
Hey, that's right, Caitlin. It's harvest season. Our resident country boys, Joe and Nathan, went to find out what it's all about.
Saddle up, partner, because here it is.
My name's Stan Swisher. I'm a local farmer from Marshall, Missouri. We usually start corn harvest in late August, early September, mid-September sometimes, depending on the conditions. If it's been hot and dry like this year, we've started earlier. This year has been ideal field conditions, being a dry fall. When it's wet, it makes it very difficult. It takes longer. This year for a fast harvest. This year we've had one field that we've measured that got 183 bushels an acre, which is it's a nice yield. Some fields we expect to get over 200 bushels an acre. We measured performance of field by yield, which is the amount of bushels that are produced per acre. Corn is measured at 56 pounds per bushel. The ideal moisture in corn is 15.5% moisture. This year, many more acres of corn have been planted, due mainly to the ethanol plant driving demand for corn. There's been many acres corn on corn. We've also seen higher prices for corn because of that higher demand. An average of $3 an acre at harvest is very unusual. Our farm consists of about 2,000 acres of corn and soybeans. Sometimes we do have some wheat. We use a Case International combine with a Drago corn head, a John Deere tractor, and a Brent auger cart, and trailer trucks to take the grain away from the field. I started farming. I was raised on the farm, and I went to college, and I didn't know what else. There's nothing I really wanted to do other than the farm. It was in my blood.
Ah, the smell of the harvest makes me take pride in Marshall, you know?
I certainly do. And speaking of which, one of Marshall's oldest family-owned businesses shut down this week.
Marshall Food Liner has been open for almost 50 years. Trey and Joel went to talk to the owners and to get the history on the little store and see how they felt about its last day.
Sounds interesting. Here it is.
Hello, I'm Trey Clements, and I'm doing a story on the closing of the Marshall Food Liner.
Well, the store opened in 1954, and Joe Bruns and Don Horgan opened the store, built the store, and I went to work there in probably 55, 56. Then I worked on through to 58, went into service for 4 years, came back, and was been here ever since. So my son Chad and daughter Nikki, they of course worked here when they were very little, all the way through high school and college. They'd come home on weekends and working through college.
We have another
through MU. Margie, she started working as soon as the kids got out of grade school, went into high school, and she started working here. Then been here ever since too.
Worked here from about 1980 through about 1986 or so.
Yeah.
Could you tell how this is going to affect you as it closes down?
Oh, gonna take it easy.
Yeah.
It'll be nice,
Well,
you know,
really-
60 hours a week, for 7 days a week, you know, for 40-some years. It's time for us to take it easy.
Yeah, we'll really miss the customers.
Yeah.
We won't miss the headaches like getting calls at 2 and 3 in the morning when they break in. We won't miss that, but we definitely will miss the customers. It's been good for us, and you know, we've had good employees. We're going to miss them.
Some more than others. But we did hire an awful lot of high school
school
students.
And a lot of them were a lot of fun. A lot of them were a challenge. But, you know, it's going to be hard, but we'll make it.
I mean, for me, you know, honestly, for me though, the store's been kind of part of the family. I mean, because ever since I was born, I mean, farthest memories back, I remember coming out to the store when I was a little kid playing around out here, and you know, so closing it down it's just like losing part of the family almost, you know. So.
Man, I really am going to miss that place.
You know, Caitlin, I live right by there, and I'm sure going to miss it.
I think we all are, Matt. Well, moving right along, the collaboration day for the teachers here at MHS has changed a little bit from last year.
Instead of a late start on Mondays, school now ends early on Wednesdays.
But don't take his word for it. GW and myself went to get the info on all these changes.
How about that? Let's see that footage.
Collaboration Day was a new thing last year, and there's been some changes this year. Let's see what the changes are about.
Well, the question has come up here about teacher collaboration time, and this is something new in the district this year. Actually, the collaboration isn't new, though. Last year, we had teacher collaborations, but we did them in the mornings. But all of the teacher collaboration is part of a bigger project that we've been involved with for over a year now, and that is called Professional Learning Communities. And Professional Learning Communities is a project that we've become involved with. We've done, as a staff, we've done a lot of professional development and book studies on this. We've visited school districts. And what it actually is a concept for what good schools do to help kids learn better. And so we're in the process of doing this. We're actually part of what's called the Missouri Project for Professional Learning Communities. We had a team of teachers and administrators attend a 4-day conference at the lake this past summer. And as we speak today on Wednesday, we have a number of them that are in Columbia collaborating with other school districts. With professional learning communities, there are 3 specific questions that we try to answer. The first one is what students should learn. That's our curriculum. The second one is how do we know when students aren't learning? And that's all the various assessments that we do throughout the school year so that we know whether or not students are learning the concepts. And then the third piece of it is, well, what are we going to do when students aren't learning? You know, the interventions, the help, the assistance that we can provide to help students become better learners.
So how do you like the Collaboration Day?
I don't like it that much. I'd rather have it like last year where it was in the morning so I could sleep in better.
I like it after school. That way it gives us more time like to do things with our friends, like before people have practice and stuff.
Well, you know, it's going to be kind of nice getting out early Wednesdays. I wonder what I'm going to do with all that extra time.
I'm not sure myself. Well, that's going to do it for me and Caitlin, but let's kick it over to Julian for our sports segment this week.
Take it away, Jules.
Thanks, guys. Let's talk some football. The senior-led team is coming off a huge win over the Warrensburg Tigers, a team that Marshall has not beaten for some time now, moving to 2-0 to start the highly anticipated season. The Owls hope to keep their record spotless Friday, September 14th, as they travel to Platte City to take on the number 2 ranked team in Class 3, the 2-0 Platte County Pirates. If the boys want to win, they're just going to have to prove it, and it's that plain and simple. Right? Right. Our Lady Owls volleyball team banked in another win Thursday night over the Carrollton Trojan volleyball squad, giving them their 5th straight win on the season. They now stand at 6-1 as they get ready to cross into enemy territory and head to Hannibal Saturday, where the 2 rivals will square off in conference play. Marshall, who is 1-1 in the conference for volleyball, looks to put another W in the win column. In soccer action, the boys just recently started the Moberly Invitational, where they hope to bounce back and get on track again. The boys got out to a good 2-0 start, but then dropped 5 straight, with 4 of those 5 games being on the road. The season is still early, so they are going to have plenty of time to prove themselves. Good luck, Owls. Last but not least, the girls' softball team has already improved from their 1-win season a year ago, with recently getting a shutout win over Slater 10-0 to move them to 2-9 on the year. Saturday, the softball team will make the trip to Mexico to take on the Bulldogs in some tough conference action, and when the dust clears, the Owls hope to be the last ones standing. Well, that's all I have for you this week. Back to you, dudes.
Thanks, Julie, for that exciting sports update.
Well, that's going to do it for us here at OWLTV this week. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact us at 886-2244 extension 265. And until next week, see you later.